I have to design this space keeping in mind a theme, and theme is Sanskrit. So Sanskrit and cotton are quite similar. Like cotton fabric is woven from threads or sutras, as we say in Sanskrit. So we are weaving this event with cotton, inspired by Sanskrit literature, which is also woven with sutras.
We are conducting the 7th International Sanskrit Computational Linguistics Symposium here in Auroville, and it is really a great honor, and to bring scholars from, I think we have around 13 countries. It's very much in the light and theme of Auroville, which is a place of humanity, a place of research, a place of education, a place of developing the human aspiration to its highest levels of development.
In the past decade, our team was working basically on deep linguistic research on Sanskrit language, combining with the field of computer science. Our main focus is preservation and promotion of Sanskrit language and Sanskrit literature. So you all know the harmonizing effect which the Sanskrit language has, well chanted or spoken. It just enriches the spirit and also expands the consciousness, and we can use this ancient wisdom to improve our well-being.
One of the projects that we are presenting at this ISCLS is we are presenting a tool for transcribing manuscripts, and we want to make it easy. There's an estimated 7 to 30 million manuscripts in Sanskrit extant. Manuscripts usually last only a few hundred years, so this is an urgency for the world to digitize these manuscripts and also to transcribe them, to have them put into a computer database so that they can be preserved.
Sanskrit has been the language of learning, of scholarly exchange in India for at least 3.5 millennia, which is a huge expanse of time, uninterrupted. And this is unmatched anywhere in the world. Paninian approach doesn't start from the outside and go inward. It starts from the inside and goes outward. So Paninian grammar is a derivational morphology. It creates the word forms on the basis of semantic and syntactic conditions. And this approach actually inspired Chomsky to create his analysis of the English language using a cascade of rules to account for forms.
Sanskrit is very unique in world languages in that it benefited very early of grammatical studies. So there is a genius called Panini who crafted a complete grammar for the language in the 5th century before the Common Era. So this is, on one hand, an incredible feat. And progressively, I understood that Panini was not just a a grammatical genius, a linguistics genius, but he was an early specialist of information theory.
I think Sanskrit is like a magical language. Basically, when the great masters of the past, when they had their great nirvanic experiences, their highest states of consciousness, and when that was recorded in the Sanskrit language, the energies were seeped and encoded in the matrix of the text. Or if you engage it as a semantic text where you read it to understand the meaning, you are immersed in a matrix of those high conscious vibrations. So once that book is online and anybody can read it, like you are giving that gift to every sentient being on the planet. I'm like a squirrel who's just picking up all these seeds and acorns and inadvertently causing a forest, a jungle to be dispersal of the trees.
At Dharohar, we are engaged in the producing descriptive digital catalogues of Sanskrit manuscripts. The goal of doing this work is to bring the knowledge hidden in our ancient texts and particularly in manuscripts out for scholars and research workers. Our overall aim is to have a catalogue of 2.5 million manuscripts over the next 20 years. My understanding is that India may have 10 million manuscripts in India itself, and outside India there may be between 60 and 100,000 manuscripts. So compared to the 2.5 million that we want to do, overseas is a small number. But what we really want is for Sanskrit scholars to be able to access these manuscripts wherever they are.
In 2004, I established the Sanskrit Zealot Society, a community of people that we speak Russian language and we love Sanskrit. It's not about money, it's about enthusiasm. So I spread my fire, so I got my fire from my scientific advisor Zalizniak. And the fire needs to burn. So I share my fire and I see that it's burning higher than before, brighter than before. So it means if people don't see the love in my eyes, how can I teach them?
There has been a lot of fruitful collaboration, and the Symposium has survived. We are in its 7th edition. In this wonderful environment of Auroville. So immediately we jumped on this opportunity, and the general feeling is that we have been progressing a lot. Computer science is progressing extremely rapidly. So could we manage to master this technology in useful ways and somehow master the beast and use it as a tool for building better artifacts to understand Sanskrit and, most importantly, Sanskrit literature.
Somehow it seems as though we might be in danger of losing a large part of our memory. This was recognized by UNESCO as a memory of the world collection. All of these texts are somehow a body of human memory, which, if we don't take care, will be lost. And developing computer tools to help us read this material and gain access to it is a way of preserving the memory of earlier generations, which seems to me in itself a worthwhile thing to do.
More and more people are also using skills from other disciplines, for example, informatics and artificial intelligence and computational models, precisely to excavate, study, and preserve this tradition. That's why I think the future is bright in that sense, because we will look into very exciting ways in which this field is going to develop.
To me, as a singer, I've sung in many different languages, and Sanskrit is one that it feels really, really lovely and open and quite easy to sing in.
But the pure vowel in Sanskrit sounds absolutely right. And so it is a delight for a singer such as Heather to sing, I think, because of this notion, because a voice will become potentially more pure from the language itself.